Okay.
Okay. Good morning, Ms. Kepios.
Good morning, Mr. Francis.
I'm happy to have you for this interview.
Thank you.
Okay, I have a few questions here I want to ask you as the administrator with
Okay.
regard to mathematics and in particular technology relating to math. As a decision maker, in the teaching of math, do you allow your teachers to use technology in the classroom?
Absolutely, we do. We provide the technology in reference to calculators. We went from scientific to graphing calculators. Scientific calculators are still available. And of course, the smart boards, the internet, and not only are the teachers allowed to use technology, but the students are allowed to use technology as well, provided they get permission from their teachers.
Okay, I appreciate that because I was just going to ask you what's the dominant technology in the classroom. You mentioned smartboard, you mentioned the graphing calculator, you did mention scientific calculator. So which is the dominant one as far as the mathematics classroom is concerned?
We provide the graphing calculator to all the students, but obviously the graphing calculator is not necessary for every course, but they have it and they are taught about how to use it. The teachers project a copy of the calculator, if you will, on the smart board, and they go step by step, stepwisely, to explain to the students on how to use the calculator, any calculator that the students happen to have at the time.
Okay, I see. So you are saying that there's a mixture of both graphing and scientific that is used?
Not at the same time,
Okay.
yes. Either or is used, but
Okay.
they are used extensively.
Okay, I asked that question because I noticed I looked at one of the exam papers where the paper said that the students are entitled to the use of a graphing calculator in one of the math exams. That's why
They
I
are
asked the
indeed.
question. Right, for the graphing
They are
calculator.
indeed, and the graphing calculators, as I said, they are available, they're
Okay.
provided. We make certain they all are in good working order
Okay.
in reference to having batteries and working properly, so that no student can take time out of a test, and in particular the Regents test, to make certain that he or she has a working calculator.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So would you say that the graphing calculator has obsoleted the scientific calculator in terms of the mathematics, in terms of the state exam? That is, are they really pushing aside the scientific calculator in mathematics and lean more towards the graphing calculator, or they are still insisting that you can use either?
Students are encouraged, allowed obviously, and encouraged to use calculators, and they are provided with calculators. There are some courses that for which graphing calculator is absolutely necessary, and in that case the students are provided with those calculators. If they're not necessary, if they're simple calculations that they have to do, then they may be provided with a scientific calculator, and for certain the teachers request that the students know how to use both.
Okay, so the graphing calculator then seems to be
Yes,
taking over the scientific
the
calculator.
calculator of choice,
Okay,
correct.
why
And the students are so used to those calculators, the graphing calculators,
Okay.
that they prefer them to the scientific calculator.
Okay, so with that in mind, I'd like to ask you this question. Why did the graphing calculator obsolete the scientific calculator?
Why did it make? It's the graphing calculator is required for certain courses, for certain lessons, and since we have them in our school, we allow the students, in fact we provide them for the students rather than the scientific calculator. I'll say something else. In the science classes, which generally generally do not require graphing. We still use the scientific calculators.
Okay. Because I noticed, I did an interview with one of your teachers before, and she mentioned the idea that in the graphing calculator, there are screens, you know, that show
Yes,
graphs
yes.
and diagrams.
Yes.
And she said it was not a part of the scientific calculator.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, so that seems to be one of the main reasons
Yes.
why it became obsolete. Okay, one final question before we go. Would you ever change from this calculator to another calculator, and why? That is from the graphing to another calculator. If there was a calculator
A different one.
a different calculator, if there was a new calculator to come in.
If something else became available and we found it useful in reference to our students and in reference to learning, teaching and learning, then certainly we would look into that.
Okay, thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
And I hope you have a great day.
Thank you, Mr. Francis.
Bye-bye.
Good day.
Thank you, man. That wasn't all right. Let me stop it. Stop.